what you want to do. And we've got to do something to control the gang violence, because if we generate all of that energy that our young brothers and sisters have in our communities, we'd be able to build a bigger and better environment throughout the
I have a problem with that. I have one correctional officer murdered. I have a problem with that. And although we're law enforcement officers, we're human beings and we live in the boroughs throughout the city of New York, and I will not allow another child, another member's family member to be murdered without me standing up and saying, push for peace.
See it as far as we need to start educating our kids, and I feel like it starts at home. A lot of people blame popular culture, you know, music, movies, television, which kind of, if we're not monitoring our kids, then they can fall victim towards, you know, what's going on the internet or television, stuff like that, or music or whatever. I got a 9-year-old child, and I feel like it's my duty. It's my duty as a father, as a parent, to start the education at home. You understand? I can't allow the streets to educate, because if I allow that to happen, then they're gonna fall victim. So it's important for all of us who have children that, you know, that we care about, that we try to actually raise in this world, to start the parenting and actually start the road to obtaining goals. We start that at home. You understand? And stop blaming everything and everybody else, you know?
You're not really what life is about, okay? Go ahead and sit and put an elderly person to really understand what life is, understand what it is to mean to be successful, okay? Because unless you have a goal, you're just chasing a dream. You're really just chasing somebody else's dream because you have no goals for yourself. Set goals for yourself. I would not be here today if I did not aspire to go to college and become a lawyer. That was my only goal. Being in a single-parent home was to go to college and become a lawyer. And as a product of my ideals and my goals, 11 years, 15 years later now, I have a college degree. I'm a two-time Super Bowl champion, and I'm going to go back to that.
Thursday night at 7:17, walking home from a 7-Eleven with a can of iced tea and a bag of Skittles. We covered that story in Clothing Grind 4 days after he was killed. We said he has a name, Trayvon Martin, and nobody really cared. We created a Facebook page called Justice for Trayvon Martin, and it was 100 people. But what happened was young people like those in this room took to social media, took to the tools that they had, and said, we care about this young man who died. And now Justice for Trayvon Martin has 220,000 people on Facebook, and we got the arrest of George Zimmerman just last week. Yeah. So, you know, we go to work every single day for parents who've lost their children. So Donna Hood, who lost a 13-year-old kid in Queens, Kevin Miller, Sabrina Fulton, who lost a 17-year-old child in Sanford, Florida, Trayvon Martin, and hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of young people are killed in this country so that they don't die in vain. And that's what we do for those parents.
Created, right? So you are unique. You are unique to the universe, and there's a reason for that. It's because in your creation, because you didn't create yourself, right? In your creation, God has something that only you can do. And so it's about, your life has to be about seeking your destiny. You have to talk to God every day. What is it that I'm supposed to be doing? What is it that my life is supposed to represent? And what we have to do in this life, it ain't hard. When you think about people like Harriet Tubman and the people who gave their lives for us so that we could be free, and now we have this freedom, the question is, what are you doing with that freedom?
Most of these rappers, they just doing their job. They have kids to feed and families to provide for, and they understand the difference between entertainment and real life. I'm sure everybody in here kind of understands that at this point right now. The thing is this, the parenting though, is what I'm saying. Like my son, I don't allow him to listen to all my music because it's for adults. It's not for him. You understand? So we got to draw the line, just like they have R-rated movies, G-rated movies. You have different aspects of popular culture. You got to parent and monitor exactly what our kids are doing because they can't. I believe that as an artist, you do have the responsibility to be balanced. You just can't make music just about violence and sex and. You know, my biggest song to date with Platinum is called All the Above. It was about being uplifted. It was about coming up. So I felt like I encompassed that, you know, the balance between actually telling my story and a balance between actually being real with my people. You understand? And giving them and letting them know, understand that, you know, there's consequences that come with this life. There's consequences that comes with, you know, dealing drugs or being violent. But also, I'm in love with the idea of overcoming. I'm in love with actually going from nothing and making something. You know, I come from, my story is not, it's known. You know, me spending half my life in prison, being in the street, to actually becoming an artist. So overcoming things and being a champion and having the heart to go out there and say, you know what, I can do whatever I want to do and nobody's going to tell me because I got 2 felonies and gun charges and stuff like that. I can still turn my life around and be what I want to be. And that's the story really that I try to get to people.
And when he sat in that cell and I walked down that tier and that door opened, the first thing he said to me was, "Sir, how you feel, sir? Everything all right, sir?" And I told him, be comfortable, relax. And I tried to make him as comfortable like I do any inmate, you know? But at the end of the day, the point that I'm trying to make to you is everything he had meant nothing when he got locked up. His freedom was taken away from him. He was told when he could use the shower, when he could use the phone, when he could go to the bathroom, when he could get a visit, when he could wear his clothes, when he could come out his cell, when he could go in his cell, when his lights could go on and when his lights could go off. So the point that I'm trying to make to you, young people here, and older people here, is we've really got to change the conditions. We can't continue to blame the man on the corner. We can't continue to blame the white man. We can't continue to blame anyone but ourselves for the problems that we face in our community. Because it's our fault. It's our fault that a little 8-year-old gets shot on his way to buy candy in the bodega in the Bronx. Because we know that we allow this to continue to happen in our communities, but we won't say nothing about it.